the automotive industry is shipping out of the United Kingdom. And who's the winner in all this? Well, it's Europe. Europe wins again the great Brexit battle. Now, those of us who decided to, vote to stay in the European Union, well, we knew that the car manufacturing sector would suffer the Brexit disease. Even the iconic brand Jaguar Land Rover, it's looking to Europe for its battery supply. Partly because of EU rules of origin, which I'll get into in a moment. As negotiated in the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, the oven-ready deal. Even Patrick Minford, who happens to be another Brexit nut job, well, he said that we would have to run down the automotive industry. Well, he wasn't wrong, was he? No. Well, we're not running it down, it's doing it all by itself. Now, we are already seeing it from every direction, including the growing electric vehicle sector. Major car manufacturers, including car parts, they're shipping out of the United Kingdom. Now, thanks to, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Thanks to those who put the cross in the wrong box. They did. Anyway, please beat the old like button. And you want to support the channel, you can do that on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. And there will be a secret word at the end of this video. Well, Jaguar Land Rover's owner, the Tata Group, has announced plans to, produce electric vehicle batteries in Europe, not Britain. Lovely, eh? Is this a post-Brexit win? I don't think so. And there's no consideration for, our very own Britishvolt. As hailed by Alexander Boris the Pfeffel Johnson as a great post-Brexit win. Well, the same Britishvolt, which is on the verge of bankruptcy, I can't even manage to get the bricks out of the flipping ground, and it keeps sucking more money in. I wonder who the shareholders of that are. But the deceptive media, they use artists' impressions to sell Britishvolt as something special. But there's nothing there. It's no good you Brexiters tell me, that Britishvolt, it looks so marvellous. There's nothing there, and there's nothing up there either, Mr. Brexiter. Well, besides the old Brexit nut jobs, they ran on, they do, when something hasn't yet collapsed, as though it's some kind of Brexit win. I thought it was going to be these sunny uplands, didn't you? And they seem to forget that Jaguar Land Rover isn't even British, it's Indian-owned. Now, when we are told by the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, Doff Cat Forlock, the Walking Penny Farthing, all that disparder, now Foreign Secretary again, Suella Braverman, or Sue Ellen Braverman. Well, the day we leave the European Union, it will be sunny uplands ahead. That's what Suella Braverman said. But all we see is death and destruction of every sector of industry. Unless you invest in disaster, that is. Well, and then we've got the massive social divide as a result of Brexit. Families are, they're breaking up by the dozen because of Brexit. They can't even have a Christmas meal together without trying to kill each other with a turkey. No. Or a party popper. Well, Tata's not alone. As, the once promised to be built in South Wales, the Ineos Grenadier is also being built in Europe, on the borders of Germany and France. So yes, another advocate of Brexit, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he lied. He's scum. Sorry. But the industry does what it can to survive Brexit. And so Tata is forced to make this significant leap or step towards ensuring Jaguar Land Rover complies with European Union's rules of origin. regulations for electric vehicles, etc., which become stricter in 2024. Well, the rules of origin, well, they currently require at least 40% of the content of an electrified vehicle sold in the United Kingdom or the EU to be sourced from the UK or from the EU. But that becomes 5% tougher next year. In fact, it's even getting tougher than that. And it's not as simple as that either. No, well, the export has to meet these requirements to be, well, exempt from duty, export duty. Not necessarily VAT, mind. But it's not as simple as that, like I said. For goods that were imported from the European Union and they're going to be returned to, or be distributed in the EU without obtaining UK origin, well, the importer in the EU, well, they may be able to claim returns goods relief. So that's more bloomin' red tape. And the red tape costs money. Yeah, and time. And this is akin to the ATA carnets that bans and what have you, where they return goods to the United Kingdom. Otherwise, they've got to pay VAT on it. And other duties, export duties, and fees. ATA carnets, about 250 odd quid. Oh, yeah, 240 euros, I think it is. Might be more than that, actually. But anyway, that's another story. Well, like I said, red tape. And these flippin' Brexiters and Jacob Rees-Mogg, they keep going on about bloomin' red tape. They go on about the red tape, but they're Brexit put the red tape there in the first place. Urgh! You really can't make this shit up? No. And though Jacob Rees-Mogg seems to think that if you get rid of all the, well, there goes my lights, rid of all the EU laws, we'll get rid of the red tape. No, you'll just make more red tape. The man's an idiot. I'm sorry. Quite like this lighting. Well, what choice does Jaguar Land Rover actually have when it comes to battery packs? Well, they are to be severely hit by the rules of origin, with a minimum threshold for locally sourced content doubling from 30% of the pack's total value to 60%. So much Alexander Boris to Fethel Johnson's oven-ready deal. And those sunny uplands, well, like I said, I got a word of the day, a secret word of the day, in my spooky Blair Witch Project lighting, because my lights keep turning off. Yeah. Well, it's more of a question, really. Were the Brexiters hoodwinked, or were the Brexiters racist of the 17.4 million? You tell me, leave that in the comments down below. Hoodwinked or racist? That will do. I like to say you can support the channel on Patreon or buy us a coffee, but please boot the whole like button. But also, we're planting trees, 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. If you'll be a part of that, there's a GoFundMe link down below. But we're also making bat boxes, bird boxes, etc., etc. And somebody just come to my door, so I better go and say, yeah. So we try to create habitats, what have you. And if you want to contribute to that, and what I'll do is, I'll plant a tree on your behalf. I'll make bat box, bird boxes, whatever. And we'll also make signs to go with it, with your name on, or maybe it's in memory of somebody. So anyway, that'll be, I think it'll be quite cool, really. Yeah. Could be, maybe you lost somebody in the pandemic. Maybe. Anyway, I better go because there's somebody out the door. Okay, ta-ta.